that's alright. I'm here to stay and here to fight.
Well, hello there and welcome to Queen and King of the Court, where we are live at the Active City Arena. That's right, we're in northern Germany, and so are the best beach volleyballers in the world who have been battling it out over the last 3 days to try and win the crown. We have reached the men's final. We have European champions. We have the very best in the world, and it's all come down to this. It's been a moody day here in Hamburg, but we have got the best of the weather. We have the best fans, and we have the best man in the booth next to me. Big Rich Lambo. Richie, 16 degrees Celsius. It's absolutely boiling out here.
Yeah, it actually is a little bit warmer than we had day one. Yesterday was kind of the sweet spot of the weather here, and we've had a mixed bag today, but it appears to be holding up for our men's final as we take a look at the draw. Louis, the Gramalt Primos, the cousins out of Chile, Brouwer Van de Velde, both of our favorites to take the title here in this final in Hamburg. Huerta Bello also been playing some unbelievably good volleyball as a new pairing. Plavins and Fokerot, of course, the European champions, also very good. And then Henning and Wust came through that German gauntlet in the semifinal C. So here's a look quickly at the rules. If you're unfamiliar, you got to be on the king's end to score. Everyone else fighting to get over there. We're back to kind of our normal format in this final. It is 3 rounds of 15 minutes. But if you get 5th place, if you get last in the opening 15-minute round, you're out, your tournament's done. We say Auf Wiedersehen. And same thing in the second round. 4th place will be done, and our podium will be decided. The final 15-minute round will be to determine in which order you will stand on that podium.
We have a king of Utrecht and Tenerife. We have a world champion who's played 17 of these before but has never walked away with a crown. We have an underdog team in the Germans. We have the European champions, and for one of them, they've never played in a final of the King of the Court. It is going to be an absolute belter here in Hamburg. The palm trees are out, and first out we have Joaquin Bello, who made the final in London and took a second. He's had a 3rd place finish with brother Javier in Doha, but now, because of an injury to his brother, he's playing with the king of the ultimate mashup in Alejandro Huerta, who also won with Adrian Gavira, his partner in Tenerife. They're a force.
Yeah, in ultimate exciting fashion in Tenerife, they are very good. This team, fun, and you see them in the blue jerseys. Louis, we've talked about it already, but that signifies that they hold the longest stay in this competition on the men's side at 13 consecutive side outs. So you know they can put together runs, and that's what it's going to take for them to get it done here in the final.
A 3rd final for Plavins, a 1st final for Fokerods, a 2nd with Freddie Bialakos in the ultimate mashup in Utrecht. He would love to be on the podium again, but in their way, a 2nd place in Hamburg in 2023. The Grimalts are back, and they are playing phenomenally well, Richie. It might just be their year. Twice they've come 2nd. Is this their 1st year to top the podium?
It could be. They've got experience in the format and in this location. So we also know that they told us yesterday, wherever you go in the world, there's somebody from Chile supporting you. So they've got spectators in attendance cheering them on, but this is the squad everyone's going to be gunning for, we feel, even though they get the 10 card and will start at the back of the line.
Alex Brouwer, 17 events, never a winner. A 2nd place in Tenerife. It was close with Stefan Boermans, now playing with Stevie Van der Velde, who's played in 6 of these. His best was a 2nd in Rotterdam.
And this team will be the crowd favorite. Paul Henning, Louis Wust making their way through in our semifinal C a little bit earlier, having to go the full distance to get there, but they looked very, very good at the end of that, didn't they, Louis?
They certainly did. A 1st event for Louis and a 4th for Paul Henning, and they have shown that they have the class to be in the final 5. They have the skills as well. Henning has been on fire at the net, Louis. on the backcourt as well. There are 5 starters who will start off this final. We will say goodbye to the 5th place team in this round, a 15-minute round where you don't have to be first, but you certainly don't want to be last. Gilles Tizonov's the referee, and maybe there's some Latvian bias up there. I doubt it, because Dirk Bolle is here, and he's there to make sure that the jury is out on everyone. The longest stay, as you said, for that man there, Mr. Cool, Calm and Collective, Martin Plavic, 40 years of age, and still playing world-class beach volleyball.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be Germany to start us off, and Louis Roost to serve. There we go. Bobby making sure the crowd is indeed ready before we kick off.
How good have the crowd been this week in Hamburg, especially today with dodgy conditions. Joaquin Bello just gets up and unloads on it, Richie.
Yeah, we talked about some of the angles that Megan Rice can create due to her height and athleticism, but Joaquin Bello is certainly in that category as well. I mean, he is all about elevation, yeah.
Interesting play, because Horta loves coming in straight and going wrist away, and Latvia just took that straight away from him, and he just ran out of line. As someone else who loves doing that is Fokarots, and he scores. Latvia, who were slow starters in semi-finals C earlier, will want to make sure they're off to a quick start. They did find their best volleyball in the last 5 minutes or so. Martins Plavic.
Yeah, you can't make that move into the cross-court defense too early against Martins Plavic. He will see you every time.
Is today going to be Brouwer's day? That's the big question. That's a bit tighter for Plavic. He just runs out of room, and Henning is in the right spot, as he's been in the right spot all week. Fokarots back to his normal facial expressions.
That is a wonderful block from Joe Bello. Here is a bet proposition, really. We both are pulling for Alex Brouwer to get his first title in this format. But just for gambling interest's sake, I'll give you Brouwer Van de Velde. You give me the field, and I'll give you 3-1.
Hang on. So put that into English terms for me.
In English terms, you risk 20. If Brouwer wins, you get 60. I get the rest of the field, though. Anybody but Brouwer wins, I win 20 off of you.
Okay, Brouwer, I hope you watch this and understand that, you know, this is me going into bat for you, buddy. So when you watch this back, I'm going to accept it just because it's Alex Brouwer, but there's not many people that I would go that heavily into bat.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, I'm rooting for him as well, but you know, we got to have a little action in it here.
The Grimolds are dangerous, as is Joaquin
Look at
Bello.
this. Oh, my goodness. Good wood on that from Ali Huerta, but just can't quite curl it into the court. All right, so it's on, okay.
Oh my days, what have I just done?
Well, what you've done is back a winner, potentially.
Yeah.
And a $60 one at the 60 euro one at that.
Yeah, it's a good bet. It's good odds as well from you. You're a very generous man, I have to say.
Swat from Fokarots. Nice scoop. Oh, nice play from Christian. Oh my goodness, Martin's just overcooks a little bit. I love the youngster giving his veteran a little look. After I make the great play, don't blow it for me, big guy.
Bello next up. They've had a good start. You can tell that they're right there with some of the plays they've made already. They're ready for the big time. And that's a great carving swing from Esteban Grimold. The Grimolds have looked unflappable so far this week. They've won just about every round they've needed to not have to do anything they don't want to in the playoff rounds. And come on, Alex. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, that's a good play from Esteban there. We maybe overlooked the fact that their week started at 5 guys, which is a good omen.
Here's a great omen. Our week also started at 5 guys. That's a good jump set to high line. He's got an unbelievable high line on him, fast and.
Well, he's got so many different speeds with it, right? If you're Paul Henning and you leave a little bit of line open, He can crack it quickly. That's a great set
That's
from
exactly what he does. It's an unbelievable set, but however he finds that space is just a Martins Plavins thing.
Volkarovs is really an unbelievable talent to me. At such a young age, he looks so comfortable out there. His skill set is obviously amazing.
Just needs to cheer up a bit.
Yeah. The sourpuss is work on that.
That might cheer him up a little bit. Comes in very aggressively and then goes short over the top of the block.
Yeah, tremendous touch on that little baby cut.
Plavins, who shared the podium with our guy JB in London in 2012. I was there as a spectator at that time.
Yeah, how about that? Still out here balling. JB's been long retired. He just rode off into the sunset after that win.
Not last week, he was back out there. Played with Laura Ludwig last week.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I got to see a little bit of JB on display in an exhibition in Miami not too long ago. That was fun for me because I didn't really get to see much of him during his career.
Okay, Brouwer.
There's a nice swing through the hands of Marco Grimault.
Brouwer power.
Couple teams on 6. And now Brouwer Van de Velde looking to string some together. Oh, now the Germans plagued with foot faults.
Yeah, and the line judges don't miss. They need a raise out there.
Duties.
Those eyes never leave the line. To the inside of Brouwer this time from Volkarovs, and Plavins sees it very early. Volkarovs! Get it down, Christians!
I mean, that's a tremendous put away from Christians, but how about the chase? And watch the platter that Plavins puts this on right in the window.
Difficult. He's having to manage the speed, the control of going to the floor, and then the platform onto the money. It's crazy.
That window is small to a right-hander on the right side. Look at that tantalizer. Christian just toying with Paul Henning up there.
They're off to a great start here, Latvia. They surprised a few, to say the least, to win the European Championships last year in The Hague, a fantastic event. And they beat Vikler and Ehlers that day, and they also beat them today, where there's no Vikler Ehlers in the final. Volkarovs
just missing long on that one. Kind of timing was tough as that set came from all the way near the baseline. Chance for Brouwer and Van de Velde to put together some points.
Wide for Brouwer. That's the Brouwer that we know. Just cranking into the angle. High, aggressive, fast with the arm.
Interesting to talk to them about why the... Oh, wow. What a stub. Bello looking like he was still on his way up.
Yeah, he's just been stuffed out. That's huge from Bello. He tries to run that quick play inside, and it means he's only really going to slam into the angle if he beats Bello for speed, but Bello's pretty fast.
Well, yeah, and you saw the good hand movement from Bello on the net as well. He kind of wasn't just static. He was up there and able to move and kind of follow that as Brouwer tried to go into the angle.
They're off the mark. It's Henning and Wust who have the red light next to their name.
Yeah, that's, Marco, that's a tough sell. I've got a whole lot of your arm, as a matter of fact.
Looking Bello from the middle this time. Pats away. Big chance for Louis. Finds a good swing down the middle, and Walter just speeds up to the line. Again, they're just diving into the angle a lot on Walter because he loves the wrist away, but just shows that he can stay fast to the line as well and have good range.
Well, yeah, we've kind of talked about his serve a lot, rightfully so, but what allows his serve to be so good is that technical proficiency in his arm swing, right? That is a lot of things. It's his arm position, but it's also his posture, and that holds true, too, offensively. That allows him those little baby shots, right? Because his arm is in such a good position. He can crank, or he can just turn across his body with a little touch. That is good stuff from Esteban.
His lady's here. And he said today, she's the loudest fan.
Well, yeah, she's on her feet constantly down there in the players' box. and recording everything goings on.
Is that when you know you found a good one, Richie?
Well, it depends on if you like documentation. I swing off the hands.
That's coming from a man who loves lurking in the shadows.
Yeah, there she is. Nice work by our crew, dialing in on maybe the future Mrs. Grimaud. We don't know. Don't want to put any pressure on anybody.
Walter now goes to the other sideline on Marco Grimaud's second ball. No one saw it. Well disguised. And the Grimauds are off to the perfect start here. And they're not the type of guys to take their foot off the gas either. Henning, beaten.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Both guys kind of lunging sideways in the air. That gets Marco and Esteban to 11. Plavins Fogelrot's on 8.
And the foghorn goes, Richie. The first 10 minutes is raced by in the men's final. The Grimauds are flying, but it's the battle at the bottom that we need to keep an eye on.
Everyone looking for their player vibe. 5 minutes left to go in this first round, and
That's not us really quenching our thirst. That's just us sighing, because that's just who we are.
yeah, that's, well, every now and then we've got to do a hot air release. It's kind of like the spit valve on your trumpet to get rid of some of the excess.
There's a lot of excess with us. As the Grimauds, 58% on Marco. They're staying away from Esteban a little bit more. 4 from 6, that's why. You might want to go
Which way
back
do you
to
go,
Esteban.
though? 3 of 5 or 4 of 6? I mean, it's all good stuff if you are the Grimauds.
Hamburg and beach volleyball have a great relationship.
Now, this is when Floor and Dex really cranks it up a notch, right? We get to the end of the tournament. The amp goes up to 11.
Plavins gets us back underway. Last 5 minutes of this opening round of the men's final, where we say goodbye to the last placed team. And they've done their hard work. You've got to think Brouwer and Van der Velde have still got to put a few on the board somehow.
Yeah, they are certainly not comfortable being only 2 clear of Henning and Boost.
I feel like Alex Brouwer's like my favorite football team.
How about that pass from, oh my goodness. No touch detected.
And in turn, that gives a big chance for the Germans now.
It does indeed, yeah. Marco trying for the spectacular touch play as he sends out one somewhere near the Reaper bomb, probably. Now that's big now because it comes against Van der Velde and Brouwer as well. So they're going to have to await their turn.
And potentially nobody's done 20 bucks quicker than me in the Reaper barn today.
Yeah, that would be so tragic if they just don't make it out of the first round.
As Water goes on Focherod's bellow going low and Focherod's going very high. That's one way to beat Bello, who's also very quick at opening up and burning off the net to play for the shot.
Yeah, chasing those down. Another good pass from Christian. I feel like that's been the difference here in this opening round for Plavins and Fogelrot. Saw Christian, I mean, the service pressure's immense, so it's not a knock on his service reception, but they've been kind of off the net in a lot of situations, but they've been real clean. Brouwer, the big chance here. Oh, my goodness,
tight.
yeah. Oh.
Well, hang on. Brouwer is saying that Plavins went through the net and the set's a bit tight. They're trying to run a few different plays, and Van der Velde's not overly delighted down there as the door is now very open. Pull!
Oh, yeah, big favor done for Brouwer and Van der Velde right there by Christian Fogelrot. That keeps them ahead. That was a big opportunity missed from Henning and Boost.
That jump set high line is so good to watch. For anyone watching beach volleyball, I mean, you watch, and I mean this in a nice way, you watch the likes of the Swedes, you watch the likes of Norway, athletically incredible, but if you just sit and watch Martins Plavins play the game for a while, he is exceptional. And he's not the same height as the boys playing sort of 15 years younger than him.
He's a study in kind of volley expertise and tremendous volleyball IQ. Big opportunities here for the Dutch. That's a good swing over the top ball. Ooh.
Basement battle won by Brouwer and Van der Velde. Keeps things running smoothly.
We may see something similar to what we saw with the Klinger sisters, where they narrowly escape the opening round and then catch fire as the final progresses.
Jump set from Brouwer.
Getting into the jump set line shot mix.
Everyone's been watching the Swedes.
Yeah, imitation, the sincerest form of flattery. And there's a lot to imitate and a lot to compliment if you're talking about the game of the Swedes.
Last minute. This is when the serves or missed serves count. Waterbello comfortable. It's the Germans who are going to have to be patient there at the back of the queue. And for Brouwer, Van der Velde, they've done enough, you'd think, to shake Germany. It's going to be a long way back with 43 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, sadly, they're not going to have time because they have to await the end of this rally. Then they have to win another rally and get to the other side and get four. They're just...
Do you think it's worth me sticking my head over the commentary box and just telling Brouwer that I got a 20 shoot?
I'll tell them it's 20 to win 60.
Yeah, there you go.
If I think the only way that helps you is if you offer to cut him in.
Yeah. Happy. Fokkerod's had a great start with Plavins this round, and then he turns one back over the shoulder. They win, and unfortunately it's goodbye to the German pairing, who have done so well. Wüst and Henning didn't have many opportunities to get down there, did they? And I mean, we have a very, very high-level final unraveling in front of us.
Yeah, indeed, and Plavins and Fokkerod were incredibly good. It looked like the Grimald show almost the whole way, and then Christian and Martins caught some fire and end up atop that first 15-minute round. So they'll start round two on the King side, and as you said, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to the most colorful of the jerseys, Paul Henning and Louis Wüst, but it was a tremendous tournament from them. They only were able to manage 1 point and very few stays on the Kings end, unfortunately, but good showing from them here in Hamburg and certainly earlier today in semifinal C.
Well, some highlights of a fast opening round. Great start for Bello and Water and the Grimalds. Brouwer and Van der Velde leaving it a little bit late, but let's hear from Julius Brink in an all-German interview, Rich's favourite, down courtside with Paul and Louis.
Oh, boys, I mean, what a final. Probably not the moment we want to talk. I don't like to do these talks after the kick out, but let's sum it up. A 5th place here in Hamburg. If I would have told you before, you would definitely have played it, but could you expect to make a 5th?
I don't know. Yeah, we didn't play it so well in the King of the Court, but now we had some really good rounds, so making the final was already really nice. So yeah, it was a little bit unlucky, just 2 times on the other side and then making the mistake, so it's fine. Would be nice to play here a little bit more, but it's okay. Sometimes it's like this.
Yeah, talking about the fans, I mean, they gave everything. Like, they showed up even after that rainy day. I think for a German crowd, they have been very supportive, very fair, but they were pushing you. You felt it. How was it for you playing here in front of your home crowd?
Yeah, I think it's amazing. So many people still here, and even in the semi-finals with the rain, still half the thing was full, and it was amazing. I like it.
Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye, but your expertise, boys, who's going to win? Who's going to get crowned here?
I think Grimald got it.
How about you? Who's your pick?
I think the Latvians, because there's also a Latvian referee, so.
Louis, that is good, huh? Isn't it?
I called it too, JB.
I like that. Thank you.
Paul Henning down there cracking the jokes.
Yeah, maybe before Paul, but now we got Dirk Belay.
DP.
He's not going to stand for any nonsense.
He is Queen and King of the Court, Batman. Everyone's favorite vigilante.
Yeah, Marco going up high, double-handed swatting that one.
It's going to be a close one. Everyone has a big, big chance, and they're all playing incredibly well. Bello is everywhere in the block at the moment, but draws the error out of the Grimolds, and they can't put a point on the board early on. Changes at the King's End here in the second round early on. And that's an absolute hammer from Brouwer. 2-ball? No, just a faster ball for Van der Velde, who again is so high that he can just change direction quickly.
Yeah, he does a nice job pulling that all the way to the sideline too, because you can see Joe reads it well.
Oh, out of bounds.
Yeah.
And there's no side out so far. The side out percentage very low in this second round. Wow. That's a bullet. That only just got over the top of the net band, but also didn't even touch it.
I mean, how about the pass from Christian Wolferans on that serve, though?
Took it easy as Flavins is seen.
Oh, my goodness.
The Sly Fox has been seen by Grimold.
I like the idea. It was well seen, and then he overpassed the free ball. That is not something you're likely to see again.
The service pressure's there. These boys have warmed up now.
Ali, pay it off.
Are we going to have 15 minutes of no points?
Side out free volleyball?
Side out free volleyball. Yes, we are. Yep, we are 2 minutes almost without 1 point being scored.
Very unusual on the men's side to see 2 full minutes devoid of side outs.
But at the same time, every serve is going in, and it's going in with a little bit of zest. Okay, Brouwer, as we said, every time you make a dig, you normally put it away, and that is a very heavy slap from Brouwer. King
Very heavy indeed. I like giving him a little bit of height. I'm a little bit torn on the tempo stuff to him. And again, side outs very, very hard to come by.
Can somebody please score a point? Can somebody please put one on the board?
I think Flavins and Folkerots do it here. Christian,
No.
no.
Well,
All right, so we're almost going to get to 3 full minutes of no side outs. Will the Grimolds break the seal?
that's got to be a first, isn't it?
I would think so.
I can't remember going this long with a dry spell.
Don't say it. Oh,
Sometimes I just love teeing you up and seeing when I'm going to get out of here.
yeah.
There's 1 point, though.
Yeah, there was a chance to get a point, but Marco into the net.
Brouwer, can you? No. Oh, my days.
This is
We are
very,
almost-
very unusual.
It's almost a break and nobody's scored. I might just stick my head out of the commentary box. Tell them all to up their game out there. This is wild. Somebody's got to put a point on the board, Richie. No, still no point on the board because it's a missed serve. Somebody has to score. Come on, boys.
Somebody do it. 4 full minutes, 0 side outs. It's not something I think we've ever seen before.
Hello?
There it is.
And the crowd go wild. I go wild in the commentary box. We have a point on the board.
The Lion King loves it. The scorekeeper's finally awake. And that's a nice pike from Ali Huerta. Yeah, again, that good high arm, and he just kind of follows through.
Grimold into block, and there you go. Like buses, Richie. You don't see one for a while, and then they all come at once. I mean, you have a terrible public transport system in your country.
That's true, yeah. I hope
That's
I never
lost
see a bus.
Yeah. Yeah. I was a bit lost on you. Who needs a bus when you got Tesla?
Yeah, Lauren Dex really trying to spur on the action here, cranking up the beats. We get to 5 minutes off the clock, and there's only been 4 points scored in totality. All of them, Joe Bello and Ali Huerta.
Out the back. Brower.
So that was 3 in a row. Point number 5.
And a freebie. We've had a bit of everything here, and Huerta Bello
Oh, wow.
are safely through.
Ali got away with one there. Christian was all over that. Just kind of went too high almost.
I'd say they're safely through, Richie, wouldn't you?
Well, the way this is going, certainly you would think that not all 3 other teams are going to get more than 6, but I'll have to wait and see. Marco, another two-handed swat.
Grimold again from the inside, opens up. Brower's there, just sat perfectly in the angle, defending the straight angle. Stevie drifting in the block, just gets towed and out of bounds. Well, the Grimolds are finally off the mark after almost 6 minutes of play. Only one team had scored. That's absolutely wild. Short ball, this could be good night. Fokkerods. No. Marco Grimold, no. Plavins, I'm going to say yes.
Yes, indeed. The early pull just opens up that line that Martins loves. Elijah's slappy kill.
It's a tough gig being Esteban Grimold's girlfriend over there.
What a dig. Plavins.
Martins? Oh, he just...
Joe, get on it. Look at
No way. And it's the
breakaways.
perfect set, Richie. Oh, Plavins is there again, though.
What is going on?
Richie!
There it is.
Let's go! Do we get a high five in there? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, indeed. That might be the rally we need to energize this second round.
Yep, and then Brower just takes it up. Brower going full send on the red light, but that's fine. They've got plenty of time. As we've seen previously, they've put enough on the board. The question might be, though, is they don't want the other teams to get away, and Plavins and Fokkerods will take every first ball side out possible.
That's a tremendous pass from Christian. And smooth over the top. Does a nice job of holding that late, really loading up that arm and then just wrapping at the last second.
He's also incredibly good at just ripping that back into the angle as well. So if he does hold it, as you're saying, it's difficult to make a read on it.
Right, yeah, the good deception of a perfect arm swing.
Passes off. Maybe there's a chance for the Grimolds. Esteban. Plavins. He reads this game like it's a pamphlet, I tell you.
I love
He's
that.
everywhere.
I love it too, the two-footed hop so he can kind of stay upright like that and just wipe away from his body with precision. Wow.
That's a bullet.
Huerta with the...
He always has to say something, doesn't he?
He's always got a comment.
I hope Mrs. Plavins is watching. Does he always have to have the last word in that relationship as well?
I'm not sure that works that way. Oh my goodness.
Oh dear. And that tells you everything you need to know at the moment for the Dutchies. Brouwer looks a little bit down, but they have time. The Grimolds are also not home and dry. These boys are home and dry.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I wonder with Stevie and Alex if it's just a little bit of the sort of growing pains of kind of making a swing change, so to speak. You know what I mean? They're obviously trying to incorporate some new things offensively. So that creates some situations at times that are
What's a growing
miscommunicative.
pain?
What's a growing pain? Yeah. For those of us that are adult size, that's when we were children, and then at some point we got to adult size.
Okay. Ask him for a friend. Jumbo.
Nice pickup from Esteban.
I feel like the Grimolds have got a lot more opportunities, and the Dutchies haven't had a lot of chances to really stake a claim, and it might just bite the Grimolds on the bottom at some stage.
Yeah, if they stay stuck on one, certainly.
Plavins still not through either. 4 isn't secure enough, especially with the side out.
Yeah, you don't feel comfortable. You know, you feel like Probably it's unlikely that a couple teams are going to overtake you, but it's still far from comfortable. The only comfortable team is this one here.
That's another chance for the Grimolds. They get Bello out of rhythm, and they think they're going to buy themselves a chance to get down there, and then that set from Huerta is absolute money.
And you saw in that replay there, the textbook, get low, get to the sand, and get underneath that ball sitting in the net so you can put up a good set. That Stuffy takes us to the timeout, and it'll be Plavins and Folkerods that occupy the king's end when we come back out.
That's a big bonus.
Big bonus for them, as we've mentioned, looking to add to their point total of 4. A little extra comfort, perhaps. But it is that battle between the Grimolds and Van de Velde and Brouwer at the bottom of the table.
I feel like that's the first time I take a deep breath, to be fair.
That's a perfect advertisement for me and my mouth breathing.
Look at the stats. 3 from 7, 4 from 7. When they get down there, it's effective. It's just like most things. You've got to get yourself down there, give yourself a chance.
Well, yeah, we kind of, there's a look at the overall point totals, 11, 4, 1, and 0. Talk about statistics being reflective but not predictive, so to speak, right? And they're also not created equal necessarily. There's the Dutch girls getting into the crowd vibe a little bit, right? When you get those kills matters, where you get those kills matters, right? If you get them on the contenders' end, if it don't get them on the king's end, it's kind of all for naught.
Here we go. It's almost do or die for the Dutchies, as Plavins, he's a sneaky man, a sick man.
Sneaky, yeah. He gets that to wiggle underneath the left arm of Steven Van de Velde.
Oh, big tune from Florin Dex.
That is a tremendous turn from Christian High.
Huerta. These boys are safe.
Oh, look at the block from Joe Bello.
Saying how high Folkerods is. That's a great press, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. The timing is tremendous from Bello there. Ooh,
Okay, Richie, okay. Here we go. Don't want any of these teams to be knocked out, but you know the deal. No.
Just decorum completely lost in the booth there momentarily.
I went into sports fan mode. As Brouwer off the hand.
That is a really nice push through from Alex Brouwer. So they get themselves on one. Yeah, they got a couple Longhorns that are cheering them on similarly to you. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's got over. Brouwer's done a good job to get his hand on that one, but Huerta is a menace and he's just going to slot that away. And they're still on one with the red light, but at least they got down there.
Yeah, indeed, and that's just a little bit of a bad break, obviously. Ooh, just missing Grimold.
That serve from Esteban is nasty. Nasty.
Yeah, man, there's been quite a few of those sideline serves. Huerta's obviously got one, another big block from Folkerods. Esteban's got one. We saw Breck Piersma dialing up that sideline floater a bunch. Olivia McDonald as well.
Oh, Brouwer's found a bit of rhythm with the serve, but it's over the top of the block. It's high enough and fast enough. And 240.
Folkerod's ruthless.
This could be a step too far, but the Grimolds are missing a lot of serves. They're also not in a great spot now.
Yeah,
I think I made that 3 in a row.
This is that position you get yourself into, right? Where you start to press and then things become, a little less comfortable than you would like them to be.
Does that remind you of being at school? Nobody likes somebody who tries too hard, Richard.
Yeah, they have a term for that. The kids in the States anyways call it a try hard, like that's a bad thing. Trying hard, never a bad thing.
No, absolutely not. The Grimolds with a chance to break a few hearts. Oh no, that has summed up the Grimolds here. but they might have another opportunity. Hoarder has just opened it up.
Joe thought he got that one. He got a good left arm on it, but it just was too strong out the side, and so that might spell trouble for Brouwer and Van de Velde.
Well, Van de Velde was like, let's go. Brouwer is there. That's got to go down. It's not gone down, and this is a big chance. Sets inside. That's going down, and that could be the end for Brouwer and Van de Velde. Brouwer throws a little bit of sand. He's desperate for a crown, Richie, isn't he?
Yeah, and now, I mean, that was just a huge bummer because I think Steven kind of missed the contact on his knuckle a little bit. Wasn't sure if there was a blocker there. He could have teed off on it.
Well, now they need at least 3. And there's 1 minute remaining. They can still do it, but they need this to finish up quickly. It's tough. It's very tough. Brouwer's last chance.
This is the last chance indeed.
And he uncorks on it. It's a great pass, though, from Marco Grimold. There's a lot of tension, and it's
that caught the outside of the sideline. Unbelievably, that's going to be the end for Van de Velde and Brouwer in heartbreaking fashion. Another freebie.
Well done, buddy. Well done. Well done, Rich.
Well, there's still action to be had in the final round, my friend.
Oh, that's a great swing. The Grimolds have left it late, but they've saved some of their best for last. Some of these swings have been on the money, and the service pressure coming at them has been heavy.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, as is very, very often the case, you got to pair some good play with some good fortune. And they had a couple good breaks go their way on that run. And again, Marco trying to go off the hands, and Christian seeing it, pulling his hands, and so that thing goes out of the stadium.
Well, the Grimolds survive an hour or so after rubbing sun cream into Wilco Nyland's head. And we say goodbye to Steven Van de Velde and Alexander Brouwer. And the disappointment is clear. He came for the crown, and the Dutchies have to settle for 4th place. Just the 1 point on the board on what was a very low-scoring round.
Yeah, I mean, it took the better part of 4 minutes for anybody to crack the scoring there. The Latin duo of Huerta and Bello got rolling from that point, and some late inning points from the Grimold brothers. We'll have them serving to start our final round, but all 3 of our picks, you, me, and JB, thought that Van de Velde and Brouwer were going to get it done here, and that is not the case, as it turns out, unfortunately. So we will go down to the Dutch boys and Julius right now.
It's becoming like Rory winning the Masters for Alex Brouwer down there, and he's with Julius Brink.
Boys, it's probably the talk that we all don't want to do now. Give us an inside view. It's probably frustrating. To be honest, I've talked to Rich and Louis, and that your team has been the one we pressed our thumbs the most. Like, we all wished for you to win that final title, and it comes to the situation that you have to win Utrecht then. But how do you feel right now, even though it's hard and bitter?
Yeah, for sure a bit disappointed right now, but I think both rounds we didn't get our level in, so I think we were already a little bit lucky getting through the first one. Yeah, we just missed some important chances. Yeah, I think everything was just a little bit too bad, like not good enough.
I've seen some communication things like the quick set you missed. Is it still for you a phase where you try to find situations that you want to find a quick solution, a quick set where things didn't work out?
I think normally you won't have such loud music during the play, so I just didn't hear a call. So okay, I see he's quick. I have no idea where exactly, so it's just a bit unlucky. Like it sums it a little bit out for us today, but yeah, it's up to us to just be better. Like, in case you don't play well, you're not feeling it, to still make a few more points than we did.
So I actually got the quote to keep on going. Last word, who do you think is going to crown themselves as kings?
Oh, difficult one. Oh, I'm guessing Plavins. He's smiling a lot right now, so I think he's feeling the right vibe.
Good luck for you, even personally. Say all the best to you and the young family. Yeah? Thank you.
Interesting, Richie.
Very interesting indeed. That might be the most distraught we've ever seen Alex Brouwer. Understandably so. I mean, this was a big opportunity for them, and as we've mentioned ad nauseum now, that it was a chance to get over the hump, get on top of the podium, but they will have to wait until Utrecht. Oh, okay. Putting a little extra Chilean sauce on that serve, Esteban.
He's found it eventually. Didn't quite have it in the last round, but if he can have it in spades here, the final 15 minutes will be so key. That's just shaped back. That's beaten Plavinge, and Plavinge doesn't know how that's got past him. It's a great swing.
So, Richie USA up 20 euros. Is there a team you want to back?
Louis E&G down 20 euros.
ENG, I like it. It's not GB, huh? It's just ENG.
Depends how I'm feeling about that.
Big stuff, Joe Bello. Big into the angle.
Oh, it's such a big call. So you're giving me a chance, are you?
Giving you a chance.
Okay. What are you offering now?
You can pick 2 teams, and if the third one wins, you owe me another 20.
All right. And you know what? You take the Grimolds, because they're 2 up.
Okay.
And that makes it slightly fairer.
Okay. Let's go, Primos. All right, so there we go. The bet's in. And the action continues. Christian, nice, deep, high swing.
Richie, CHI.
Nice.
Fucker-ups.
And that is so smooth.
It is. When he relaxes into it, it takes him a little while to get going, but maybe that's the youth.
His passing in particular has been excellent in this final round. We've talked about the service pressure that's been coming from all of the teams, and he and Martins have handled it beautifully. Joe's all over that.
They got off to a great start in round 2. This is their opportunity to peg a couple back and move into the lead. Grimold, he's phenomenal. He goes from the left side to one sideline away from the body. Then he comes to the other sideline and tries to chop it back to the sideline. And then you have Fokkerots, who just gets a massive deflection off the top of the net and gets one down.
I feel like Esteban and Alejandro have pretty similar arm swings where it kind of looks straight up and down, and they sort of pike through so they can go both directions. Plavin's just out the back with that swing.
Yeah, very rare you see him make an error. The Grimolds, though. Let's change it.
He does find the deep corner.
He's really grown into this the last 15 minutes, Esteban Grimold. And the pass is straight enough, and he's dangerous from there, Marco. But he misses out the sideline. It's a low-scoring, tentative affair here in the last 15 minutes of Hamburg 2025. Which way will it go? Latvia, the Spanish-English pairing, Chile.
Yeah, nobody running away with it, the likes that we saw in the women's final 15-minute round, where the Clingers got out to 10 before anybody else scored.
Wow.
Esteban surgical on the sideline again.
How do you even receive that? It's impossible.
Yeah, you don't. Clearly, you just applaud and you go to the back of the queue.
Yeah. Fokkerots again going with a short serve, and that's going out. Was there a touch? No.
Marco trying to drag the sideline out with him, but there wasn't that much slack.
Porter goes after Plavinge. It's a perfect pass from Plavinge, but the set's a little bit tight, and that brings Bello back into the game, and he's had a little bit of Plavinge on toast, Bello, in this last 15 minutes. Got him a couple of times. Richie isn't a baked beans man.
Baked beans are okay. I just can't imagine eating that for breakfast. That's a tremendous pass from Bello.
Well read. Maybe this is a chance for Plavins to get his own back, and he does get his own back. He just sees that shoulder just turn into the angle and keys off of that.
Yeah, it's such a good read. And you got to credit Christian in front of him, doing a good job being disciplined in what he's taking away as well. Nice turn back to the line from the youngster.
Give him a little bit more credit, Richie USA.
What a serve.
That's unbelievable.
And it's crazy the pop that he generates, seemingly from nowhere, right? There's just kind of an explosion off his hand. You heard me. Esteban with one of his own.
Grimaud. Back down they go to the King's End. Richie for double bubble. I might have been too generous. That's the way that he can still find the angle with the power that he can find the angle on that left side from situations where others couldn't. It's impressive.
Yeah, just does a nice job staying high, doesn't he? This is a tough chance for the Grimauds.
I mean, Marco is struggling just a little bit on the pass at times.
Oh,
But not in the block. That is just a one-handed monster block from nowhere, but Huerta puts it away. And that's maybe one thing, is just the pass of Marco Grimaud. Just a little bit off the net at times. Plavins looking for the line, gets it, loves it. Is there anything that Plavins doesn't love, but he loves it?
yeah, certainly he loves his own successes.
Yeah.
And we're about 7 minutes through this, and we only have 8 points total on the board. So it is, as you said, a low-scoring affair. The service pressure from all these teams, incredible. Points hard to come by, and still hard to come by. Another big block from Joe Bello.
Well, for Bello and Huerta, first time they've played together, and at the same time, only the second time Joaquin Bello's not played with Javier, but they went to the final in London. He's looking for his first crown, and Ali Huerta is looking for his third win
That's crazy.
in what,
Yeah, I
8
mean,
months?
something like that, yeah, that's mind-blowing, especially it hurts if you're Alex Brouwer, who's been to so many of these events and been right there, so many of them in finals and such, just unable to get over the, oh, that got some sideline.
And he's hit 5 all week, and it just shows that he's got that serve to 1 in the locker as well. Huerta, Bello back at the King's End. Bronze medal position at the moment.
There's no loop to that serve either, right? It's just this flat laser beam. That one going just wide of the arms of Folkerats.
Huerta the target on the left side, coming in straight, goes fast to the line, gets one over the Grimauds, and the Grimauds are being pegged back. But again, it's a very low scoring final, this, and that's due to a lot of big service pressure. It's another good serve to the sideline. Plavins is going with the float, but he's making people do a lot of work. Folkerats, you be careful over there, big dog. We don't want any heads in scoreboards today. And he's frustrated there. What is he frustrated about there, Rich?
Yeah, that he ran out of room, I think. You know, it's a good touch from Plavins. They, trying the sideline again, just missing.
Bello on 4. And in gold medal position, they moved themselves up 2 spots with this run. Plavins again just sat on that sort of off-body swing from Bello, but
Yeah, it's wild. Person in Alejandro Huerta's position on the left side of the king side who has a tough task. You can see that sliver of sunshine going in, and it affects your reception, it affects your approach, and kind of your attack, because you're going to look straight into that sun out of the shadows.
we've had our fair share of weather problems today, a massive downpour, a big shower, but now it's absolutely perfect, and Hamburg have been brilliant, making sure they've stayed along for the ride here in Hamburg. And off the hands of Bello, here come the Grimauds. Richie, I'm getting my wallet out at the moment.
It's your only hope is to pay off early and try and jinx it. On the right side goes Esteban. Oh, what a swing that is.
Can't mess with that from Esteban Grimaud. And again, we talk about how he can crush angle from whatever position on the left side. He can also crush angle from anywhere on the right.
And there is, no, oh my goodness.
Just a couple of those ones, Richie.
Yeah, that one's wide open. That's exactly what he wants. It's the right swing and everything, and just kind of over-rotating a touch. Yeah, Marco wants to move the line out. Figures his calibration is right. It must be the court.
That's how we live our life too.
It's, yeah, full Happy Gilmore. Is this court regulation size or what? Okay. We're ready for the final push of 5 minutes, Louis. It is low scoring, so that means there hasn't been a lot of scoring. That means it's anybody's ball game. One good run you would feel like might take the crown here.
Calling a spade, Rich Lamborn.
Yeah, look at how many people are going after Huerta as opposed to Bello there.
Yeah. I mean, he just put 3 or 4 huge swings down, didn't he? High early on, and have a look at that. There's nothing really there. We know Plavins and Fokorots can get onto a little run and easily make 4 or 5 or 7 or 8. And Huerta and Bello are right there as well. And again, I think watching this final, Brouwer's gonna and Van der Velde are gonna be kicking themselves even more that they just didn't take a chance, because this final hasn't really kicked on. But we all know that the first 10 minutes is sparring in this format, and the last 5 it can really go in and kick up a gear. That's Huerta.
Yeah, and they move in front by nature of a 4-point longest stay.
Ali Huerta again. That's a really late turn, snap of the wrist. I'm looking to the line. No, I'm not. I'm going to play it back into the angle. And that's why he scores. And this is the right time to make a run. And he loves it. You call it pairing swings, Richie.
Yeah, it's incredible the range he's showing out there, and it's kind of mysterious that so many people are going after him. But it's a tribute to how offensive Joe Bello can be as well. He's tough to deal with his kind of elevation. There's a good tough serve from Plavins.
Is it going to be a first crown for Bello without Javier, but with, I think, Huerta? After the win in the mashup, a win in Tenerife. This would put him almost in the GOAT category.
Right? I mean, he would be the common denominator in 3 different victorious pairs inside of a year, essentially. So that would be quite something.
Not that time, though. Esteban Grimaud also is serving the leather off of it back there, and he goes to the line. Fokorots now with his chance. He goes jumbo! Get down, Fokorots!
Yeah, that was beautifully executed.
We've seen him get the hammer out the whole week, and we haven't seen that from the boy.
We have not. Good absorption there from Plavins.
Plavins wants a bit of it now, and he says, if you break on me, I'll speed up. And Plavins wants to lift defensively on whacking Bello.
You said it, they can string them together. Looking to do that here with under 3 minutes to go. If they get these final 2, I think they will be with the gold crown next to their name.
There's nothing in it, Richie. There's nothing in it. Bello again pops up, and that's a very good touch. This is their chance, and it's the perfect time to knock Latvia out. And the Spanish-English pairing.
Spanglish. Yeah, that's just tremendous elevation again from Joe Bello, because Plavins is so good with that line shot, but Joaquin just went up a little extra to touch that thing.
Still some work to be done, but 2 minutes remaining. We are not making 15. Huerta will not mind about this. He is looking to put himself up there with the greatest players in this format of all time. Because a win with Dressler in Utrecht, a win with Gavira in Tenerife just after Christmas, and now closing in on another victory, on what would be a first victory for Joaquin Bello. Is looking good, and it's a jumbo Richie. And maybe they will make 15. Maybe we got something else wrong, and that was another royal we. And look how we're finishing the day, Rich. It's with Benny Benassi, our favorite. Samoilov.
There's 12, and Samoilov's on his feet, applauding the effort.
There you go. Oh, maybe there's a change. 6 needed in a minute. Richie, is a big ask of a low-scoring final to see if they, well, that would help. Grimolt's go long. Benny Benassi's in.
You duped me. My guys are at the bottom of the table now.
Oh yeah, of course, I completely forgot about that. Plavins needs to find sand, he doesn't. Long rallies definitely suit the team in pink, but there's another one. They can do this. 4 in 25 seconds. Stranger things have happened, Rich Lamborn. Fokkerods, though, needs to put this away with the pressure on. He does put it away, Richie. He does put it away. Are you starting to get excited now?
Keeping hope alive, Louis. I don't think there's time for this many, unless there's, yeah, there it is. We're at the nose. That sealed the deal for them. Marco is going to give it one final sky ball as the boys celebrate. Will this ball hit one of them in the head? No, it goes long.
Can you believe it, Richie? Alihuata at the top again, a third win and a first win for Joaquin Bello from England. A superb performance from them. They caught fire in the final round, and they are the kings of Hamburg.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. He's the DJ Khaled of King of the Court. All he does is win, 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 no matter what. No matter who he's playing with, Joe Bello.
And it's another one.
Yeah, there you go, nice. Joaquin was unbelievable. Alejandro, again, amazing. That serve is such a weapon, so it provides opportunities consistently for his squad. And then their side-out game was amazing as well.
New kings of Hamburg.
It's another second-place finish for Plavins and Fokkerods.
Yeah.
And the Grimalds making the podium again here, one spot lower than the last time in Hamburg.
What a moment for the Spanish-English pairing. Top of the podium, the kings of Hamburg, and deservedly so. Disappointment for the Latvians, but they have come here again and putting a great display, the European champs, and then the Grimalds after a second place here a couple of years ago and a second place in Niteroi. They always make the podium when they come to town. But today is all about Joaquin Bello and Alihuata, a pair put together because of injuries to their partners, a pair that know each other well from lots of training time in Lorca, and now they have memories that will last a lifetime, having become the kings of Hamburg.
Yeah, and a little bit of change for their pockets. Well done to Joe and Ali. I think they, I like we've upgraded our crowns too, it looks like.
Everything's upgraded all the time here at King of the Court. A low-scoring, fabulous final, full of service pressure.
Indeed it was. The last couple rounds, it took a while for teams to get off the mark. The serving was tremendous, but those boys there got it done in the end, and I think they get the opportunity to talk to Julius in studio, no less. Let's see if we can, that's a great mustache, although pairing it with a man bun, not, oh, there's a good consolation. Everything feels better when you get a kiss afterwards, you know? That's right.
As Julius is ready on that note to speak to our kings.
Oh, boys, congratulations. I wish there would be a mirror to show how sweaty you are on the one side, but how good you look like. I mean, it must be an amazing feeling. It seemed like watching you. You are a team for ages. Like, you're still young for sure, but also your team combination is quite fresh. How could you connect so well in such short amount of
I
time?
think for sure we really clicked now in the final. I mean, we know that Alex always gets his serve going, and I think he got so many aces. But then I managed to get the block and also some defense, some connections, a little jump set here and there, and it really gave us the confidence to win. I think we just need a couple of days of playing together to build that confidence.
So simple as it.
It is
sounds,
honestly.
yeah.
It's you put a good attitude, you try your best, and things sometimes work out.
Yeah, I must also give credits to all the teams competing here. It was such a high level at the still early season, like serving wise. I mean, you served some bombs over there, but it's also Alex was a good serving thrill today, and like the Grimals, like what to expect about that season. Is serving now the biggest asset in men's beach volleyball?
Yeah, in one moment we were in the king side, and it was we tried just to put the ball inside the court and try to set the ball, because it was really difficult, especially in the last round. We were, I think, the first 4 minutes, and we were 0 points all the team.
It was
So
kind
it was
of
crazy
fun, yeah.
because it was ace, but yeah, it was really tough today.
So, is there any chance to see the two of you together in any event? I mean, it must be King of the Court or Queen of the Court events. Is there any plan? How are your partners' recovery ongoing? Is there a chance maybe for Utrecht?
Our partners are recovering. I miss you, Javier, at home, but this week I had a great time. If there's another opportunity, we'll see. We'll see, but I'm going to enjoy this week for sure.
So we're gonna print out a photo of that ceremony. Where are you going to put that photo? Is it on your desk in your?
I have a little book before every match. I'll put a picture there.
Oh, great! That's a big honor to be on that. Great.
We put it in my bedroom,
Yeah.
yeah, to remember this moment.
Oh, that's pure love and pure joy to see you. There's a little party tonight. We don't tell anyone where it is, but hopefully you're gonna show up.
I'm known for partying. I go crazy.
Definitely. And you have all right to celebrate. So the team is up. It's preparing the ceremony. It's even getting bigger and brighter and more shiny. Congrats, boys. Thanks for that performance. Very
Thank you
well
very
done.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wenigen Sekunden geht es los mit der großen Siegerehrung. Dann sehen wir sie noch einmal alle. Die strahlenden Siegerinnen und Sieger. Und ich finde, am Ende des Tages kann man wieder sagen, wir haben noch das Beste draus gemacht. Oder? Wir made the most of it. Ein fantastisches Turnier liegt hinter uns. Da hat man gefühlt 8 Wochen in Hamburg reingelegen und dann dieses Wochenende. Aber auch das hat nicht dazu geführt, dass ihr gegangen seid, sondern ihr seid geblieben und habt die Active City Arena mal wieder in einen kleinen Hexenkessel verwandelt. Und das hat dann viel Spaß gemacht. In wenigen Sekunden sehen wir dann noch einmal alle Teams. Und wir zeigen natürlich auch noch den Longest Stay aus. Also welches Team sowohl bei den Herren als auch bei den Damen die nächste Serie hingelegt hat, die meisten Punkte hintereinander.